Hey, Mrparka here to review a short. I might have 3 or 4 shorts on here because I don't want to talk 10 minutes about a 30-minute short. I think that's kind of annoying. I think it's just too much. But anyways, the first short I'll be doing is called Twisted Fate by Tim Nevitre. I hope I pronounced your name right. He handed me this disc at Cinema Wasteland to watch, and I popped it in. And it's a gritty post-apocalyptic movie that takes place with 2 actors basically in a basement. And if anyone's ever seen Blood Pigs, the situation is kind of reminiscent of that. It's kind of a creepy, really wind blowing in the air type thing every time you try to lay down and get some rest, and constant worry, constant panic. And there's like nothing really. It's very bleak and very hopeless film. It's dark and nasty, like I said. There's shots of insects and just gross things like that, rats, bodies. And what happens is a survivor wanders into this little kind of bomb shelter area, and he finds another survivor. And this survivor, the other guy, seems very strange, very religious. The body's in there. He claims that he actually ate parts of them. So this guy immediately, the other guy gets a little worried, and as the story unfolds, you find out a little bit more about them, and you start to non-trust really either of them, but especially one of them. And there's also some mention of something trying to get in. The angels, they said, are basically descending on them and basically going to kill them. That's what the religious guy says. And the pounding on the door and things like that. Like I said, it's bleak. There's no real gore effects until the end, and it is an amazing, really, really nasty scene. And I enjoyed it thoroughly at the very end. But I think that the sound effects are a really big driving force in this. The way it's shot is really dark and gritty and creepy, and the lighting is really great. Sometimes you can barely see anything, just a face. It's black and white, and I think it works really well. I think that it is kind of a little like Blood Pigs, maybe. Definitely, and I don't want to say inspired because maybe not many people have seen that movie, which is a really creepy movie. It gave me the same feeling. It actually was a little bit scary, that hopeless feel of the apocalypse, and there's something coming for you, maybe, and you really don't know what your fate's going to be. Hence, Twisted Fate is definitely a very twisted fate indeed. But it opens with some narration that's kind of cool. But I'll be checking it out. Hopefully the director will do a feature because it's worth checking out. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
Not for them. For us.
Hey, I'm Mrparka. This is going to be another part. This is going to be another short with Twisted Fate, and this movie is called House of Wrathiticus. And I actually know one of the actors in this movie from online, Kyle Rappaport. He's a really nice kid, and he was asking me to check it out. They were all pretty young, I believe, when they made this movie. It's a 26-minute short, and obviously inspired by Evil Dead. Some kid picks up a book from a garage sale, and they open it, and they read a curse from it, and all sorts of ridiculous things happen. I really wasn't too big a fan of this movie because I felt that most of the time the dialogue and the acting, they're just kind of freestyling it, and they weren't very in tune with improv. I don't believe they repeat themselves a lot to move on to the next line. They're like, "Are we going out today? Yeah, we're going to go out today and do this. Are we going to do this today? We're doing that today." And it just kind of gets repetitive, especially in the beginning. Half the shots are by like point of view for no reason, and then they switch back and forth because there's only 3 actors in the movies, and they're all like doubling roles of monsters and things like that. So essentially one person will be holding the camera, and they'll turn like, "Oh crap," and then they'll be actually scared of themselves at points like that. So you know, it's really you can tell they like horror movies. And there's a nice shot where the monsters, like it's the monster's point of view and the hands coming out. I kind of like that. And some of the masks were cool. If they actually made the mask, they are pretty good. And you know what, for this movie, for this 26-minute movie, as far as the rest of it goes, that you think, oh, this is so bad, but the gore effects aren't really that bad. They're actually kind of cool. There's a pretty nasty gore scene in here. It's just the dialogue is really weak, and the acting isn't very strong, like I said, and there's just not. It's very short, though. At least it's not the worst movie ever made. We all know what that is. I just talked about that as well in an earlier review. But House of Wrathiticus, you know, I'm looking forward to see what they do. You know, when younger people are always making movies, it's always kind of cool to see how they're going to progress and stuff. And I mean, a lot of people like to badmouth a lot of films, but you know, they never really made a movie. So I always try to see the positive and negative things in movies. And I just really wasn't a fan of this movie. I thought that you know, the dialogue was just cringeworthy and things like that, and there's too much point of view shots and turning the camera on themselves and making scared faces, and just kind of, you know, 3 kids having fun with the movie. But it's House of Wrathiticus, and have a good one.
Oh, hey Derek, how are you?
I'm doing good, Carl. What you up to?
Oh, nothing much, just finishing up my latest creation.
Wow, it's looking good so far. What is it, a zombie?
Yeah, he's a zombie, living dead corpse, whatever you want to call it.
You know, Carl, me and John are really interested in your work lately.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, I've seen a lot of improvement with all your masks and everything.
Yeah, I think I improved actually too.
Yeah, you gotta show me how you do it sometime.
Don't worry, I will sometime. Like someday I will, don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do? You make a mold? Like, I mean...
It's a whole process. I'll have to show you, like, when I have the time, you know.
Yeah, sure, take your time. I mean, whenever you feel free to show me, I'm interested. It's really cool stuff.
There's actually a lot of sites that you can, like, you know, get direct, like, you know, information and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I should look it up. I mean, me and John are just really, like, seeing the real improvement, and we're just really happy for you. You should start a living doing this stuff.
Where are you guys? Hello? Come on! Where are you guys? No! No! Ah!